Gonna test the audio quick. Test, school road, test.
Yep. Oh. Guys, today is the 17th day of June in the year 2026. The Frisco Municipal Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Ron Carlson presiding.
Please be seated. For many of you, it's the first time in court, or at least the first time in this court. Court procedures require kind of a two-step process. First of all, everybody's entitled to a trial. Everybody's entitled to contest the charges against them. Everybody is presumed innocent. Nonetheless, we make an opportunity for you to talk to the prosecutor about a possible compromise to resolve your case more quickly. That being said, on each case, I need to call you to the podium. We're recorded for record. We are being recorded. And initially, you have to be advised. That is, I have to tell you the nature of the charges against you. Secondly, tell you the maximum possible penalty. Third, engage in a dialogue with you that establishes that you've read and understood your legal rights. Then we can get to handle your case, which most of you will have paperwork from the prosecutor. And that also requires a series of questions. I know everybody generally would just like to get out of here as soon as possible, sign paper and go on their way. But these procedures are designed to both inform you of your legal rights, to inform you of why you're here, and to make sure that you understand what you're doing and what your legal rights are. So please be patient as we work our way through all that. That being said, call Mark McKinnon first. Counselor, Ms. Katz.
Judge J.B. Katz on behalf of Mr. McKinnon, who appears in person today.
And I assume you waive advisement.
We do.
Okay. Looks like you have a disposition for a 3-point special hazards.
That's correct. Judge, I have one letter to show you that Mr. Klein's already seen if I can find it.
You may.
You want to see it now or in a minute?
Either way.
Vivi, is that the doctor's note?
Yes.
That is attached to the back of that file.
Thanks, Janice.
You're welcome.
Where'd you put that?
Oh. Okay.
Okay, I've read the letter.
Thank you.
Mr. McKinnon, you've heard the statements of your attorney. You understand by pleading guilty to special hazard speeding that 3 points would enter on your driving record. And you're giving up the rights listed in our right sheet that your counsel has informed you of, which means there'll be no trial, no witnesses, and the prosecutor won't have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and you're giving up your presumption of innocence. Is all that understood?
It is, Your Honor.
Did anybody threaten you and get you to plead guilty? Anybody make any promises not stated in court? Is this your free and voluntary plea?
It is.
Are you under the influence of anything that affects your ability to make a decision? All the required questions. How do you plead to the amended charge of 3-point special hazards driving? Court accepts your plea, can be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Ms. Katz, any further statements?
Doctor's note.
I do.
In this case, this was Mr. McKinnon. His home base is Breckenridge. He does not live here. He travels quite a bit. He's a documentary filmmaker and a political consultant. And
I am familiar with his work.
And was coming back up from Denver, coming back into town, and typically stops in Idaho Springs and then at the Valero in Frisco. And this is when the construction first started and nothing looked the way it should. And Mr. McKinnon, instead of, it couldn't turn right then, and instead of turning later, like at Walmart, decided I'm gonna just try to get back home. And he will not do that again. He has no criminal history, no driving history, and I don't think you'll see him back, and he'll get the class done by the code, which he gives him a deadline to do it by.
I do have to correct the record, Counselor, about driving history. I've got 4 pointers in Jeffco in 23,
Okay,
2010, 6 pointer in Breck Muni 09, all long ago.
all along.
So all long ago and spaced out, but not the cleanest record I've seen.
Well, and I will say, as the court's aware, he's usually driving back and forth. And he may have told me about 2023. I'm not privy to that. I don't get that driving history.
Right.
But either way, I think it's a fair resolution of the case, and he absolutely now knows the traffic patterns, and that's a plan that he has every time he's traveling. So he knows how to get where the turns are now, and I am paying attention to where that turn is now, which is
Yes, while they finish the tunnel underpass.
exactly. And then when the McDonald's opens and no traffic patterns will be safe anymore, but
We'll be busier. Mr. McKinnon, you yourself have an individual right to make a statement to the court, but you're not required to. Is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Also, just, Your Honor, that I take this very seriously, and I recognize that this isn't the first one, that in addition, among the awareness and the private adopters, I've discovered that there's a thing I can do with my dashboard now that usually says how much I have to go to get gas. Now it says what the speed limit is. I've got a flashing neon sign in front of me, and I'm going to be very aware of that.
All right, that's great to hear. There's an improvement. I won't give you my usual 6-point speeding lecture on account of that. The standard fine that we do on this would be $135 plus $55 costs and surcharge. To 190. I assume you can pay that to the clerk on the way out. In your other endeavors, keep up the good work.
The driving school.
And the driving school, any reason that can't be done in 30 days?
No reason.
Okay. It says within 90 here, but it's just a level 1 class, so it's.
Sure.
okay.
I'll just set a review date for August 19th.
Judge.
But that's get the proof into us before then or appear on August 19th.
We hope not to see you that day.
Unless we're going to discuss the results of all the primaries.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Looks like Ricardo Martinez, and we need our translator. So we've hardly been done Silverthorne very long. Did you get a lunch break at least? Let me give you the oath here. Different court, new oath. Do you solemnly swear you will faithfully translate each and every word stated verbatim from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Sir, I must first advise you. First, I must tell you the nature of the charges against you. You understand you were summoned to court to answer 2 charges. First is that you did not have your vehicle registered. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
Then I'm to tell you the maximum penalty, which is $100 fine only with no points on your driving record. Do you understand that penalty?
Yes.
The second charge is more complicated. You were charged with having no proof of the required insurance. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
And that charge has a maximum penalty if convicted of 4 points on your driving record, a fine as high as $2,650, and a minimum fine of $500, unless mitigation is shown, which case the court can cut it in half to $250. So do you understand both the charge of no proof of insurance and the penalty?
Yes.
As to both charges, you are entitled to all the rights listed in the right sheet. You were provided our Spanish version I believe, though I don't have a copy of that here. I've got the English version.
Oh, my son told me that. My son is also. He helped me fill it out.
You understand you have a right to contest the charges and go to trial.
Yes, I know.
Do you know what a trial is?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And you understand that you are presumed innocent, and if you pled not guilty, you could have a trial and the prosecutor would have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes,
And again, I'm just required to go over and make sure we have a clear record that you understand what your rights are.
yeah.
It's either that or I could give you the Spanish version. You could go read it and call your case later, but I think we could get through it faster this way.
No, that's okay.
And you understand at a trial, you would have the right to ask questions of the witnesses against you. You would have the right to bring in your own witnesses, and you have the right to testify or not testify as you choose. And if you go to trial and lose, you have the right to appeal to a higher court.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't have insurance.
I understand, but these are things I'm required to make sure we have clear on the record. And you understand you have a right to an attorney.
Yeah,
You understand you have a right to an attorney.
yeah.
All right, now we've got that clear. I have paperwork from the prosecutor. Instead of a trial, you're going to just plead guilty to the insurance charge. And I guess this means he's dismissing the registration charge. You understand by pleading guilty, you're giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet.
Yes, I know.
This means there'll be no trial, no witnesses. The prosecutor won't have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney. Is all that understood?
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead guilty?
No, I didn't have insurance.
Or did anybody promise you anything?
No,
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
yes,
Are you under the influence of anything?
no,
Now we've finished the required questions. How do you plead to no proof of insurance, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
Court accepts your plea, finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. This is your opportunity to tell me what you want about your case, but you're also not required to make a statement. Is there anything you want to tell me?
No,
All right, without any other evidence, I'm required to fine you the $500 plus $55 in court costs and surcharge is $555. Do you need a payment plan?
yes,
And you get that paid in 60 days by August 19th.
you still paying? Yes, yes, of course. Do I pay here or where?
My court clerk will give you instructions on that. But get it paid on or before then, or appear in court on August 19th to explain to me why you didn't get it paid.
No, yes, I know.
Okay.
What? Thank you.
You want me to do the next one, or you want to finish with the clerk? Okay.
Jose, I think it's.
Ricardo, just like, wait a minute. Ricardo Martinez.
Jose Sanchez is.
Oh, Janice, where did that go? But you put that on top, but it's not here. Did you get mixed in with the last one? Okay. Good evening, sir. Oh, you're under oath. Um, all right. Jose Sanchez Velasquez. Sir, first I must advise you of the charges. You understand you were summoned to court to answer allegations. You had no proof of the required insurance. Do you understand what that means?
Yes,
Then I'm required to tell you the maximum penalty, which is if convicted, 4 points on your driving record, a fine as high as $2,650, and a minimum fine of $500 unless mitigation is shown, in which case it could be reduced to 250. Do you understand both the minimum and the maximum penalty?
yes,
You were provided a written advisement of legal rights, I assume, though the copy is not made it to the file. Did you get a written advisement of your, oh, here it is, of your legal rights, our Spanish version? Do you read Spanish?
yes,
Do you have any questions about your legal rights? Do you feel you understand them?
yes.
Do you know what a trial is?
No, this is the first time.
Okay. You understand you have a right to contest these charges and say you didn't do it. And if you said that, we would have a trial. Just because the police accuse you of something does not make you guilty of it automatically in our system of justice. That you have a right to have an independent determination about whether you did this, and we call that a trial. And the way a trial works is the prosecutor is required to bring in the witnesses against you and ask them questions about what they heard or saw and any other writings that might be relevant. You would then have an opportunity to ask those witnesses questions from your viewpoint. We call that cross-examination. After the prosecutor and you finish questioning his witnesses, you have the opportunity to present your own witnesses, but you're not required to. And we would proceed in the same manner with you going first, asking the witnesses questions about what they heard or saw. And then the prosecutor would have a turn. Then after that, you also have the opportunity to testify yourself, but you're not required to. You have the right to remain silent. Remaining silent does not imply any wrongdoing. But also, on the other hand, the court can only make decisions based upon testimony from witnesses. But you do have the right to testify if you choose to at a trial. And after all those witnesses have testified, each side gets to make an argument about what the testimony, about what it proved or did not prove. And then the judge makes a decision. And that process is what we call a trial. Do you think you understand what that is?
Perfect.
Okay. I have paperwork from the prosecutor that you do not wish to have a trial, but you're simply going to plead guilty to the charge. Is that what you're doing?
Yes,
All right. You understand by pleading guilty, you're giving up all the rights listed in that right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney. That's all understood, yes?
yeah,
Did anybody threaten you to get you to plead guilty?
no,
Did anybody make any promises?
no,
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
yes,
Are you under the influence of anything that affects your ability to make a decision?
no,
Required questions. How do you plead to the charge of no proof of insurance? Guilty or not guilty?
Yeah, guilty.
Court accepts your plea, finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. You're welcome to make a statement, not required to. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Well, I was just a little bit worried because I wanted to get my CPL license and maybe this is gonna affect me.
It may.
Yes.
Did you get insurance after you got this ticket?
Yes.
Okay. I can consider that mitigation to reduce the fine, but
See, and I just-
that's the only thing we're able to do. So that's going to be 250 plus 55 is going to be 305. Do you need a payment plan?
Yes, sir.
Can you get this all paid by August 19th? Okay, all right, I will set your next court date for August 19th. Get it paid before then. We'll cancel the court date, but otherwise be here August 19th to explain to me why you didn't get it paid. Please see my court clerk. I believe that's all our translation cases. Thank you. Brian Milan. Good afternoon, sir. You were summoned to court to answer allegations. You had no proof of the required insurance. Do you understand the charge? Maximum penalty, as you may have heard, is 4 points on your driving record if convicted. Fine as high as $2,650. Minimum fine of $500, and this mitigation is shown. Do you understand both the charge and the possible penalty?
Yes, sir.
You were provided a written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review that? Do you have any questions about your legal rights? Do you feel you understand them? You know what a trial is?
Yes, sir.
You understand you have a right to an attorney?
Yes.
Sure. You have a right to an attorney.
Yes.
I have paperwork from the prosecutor which says, as to that charge, you're going to plead guilty to that charge.
Nick, no, sir. I was actually,
Oh, sorry, your paperwork's getting confused with other paperwork here. For some reason, we have files that are split up. Dennis? That's this one. That's the wrong.
Your Honor, Nick.
Yes.
I'm wondering if the court can grant me a continuance?
Yes. You want to come back July 15th?
Yes, sir.
Or last continuance, you were continued before.
Yes, sir. My financial situation isn't up to par, but I'm.
Well, we do payment plans if
Right.
that's the problem.
Correct, so my insurance is still would have to buy insurance to mitigate the $500 to $250 fine.
Last continuance to July 15th,
I appreciate that.
same time. At 5. Okay,
This one's ready to go.
all right. Stephen Smith. Mr. Smith, good evening. Sir, you've been summoned to court to answer the allegations on 2 charges. First, it's alleged that you failed to yield the right of way when turning left. Do you understand that charge? Maximum penalty on that upon conviction is 3 points on your driving record and a fine as high as $200. Do you understand the maximum penalty? The second charge is no proof of insurance. Do you understand that charge? And you understand the maximum penalty if convicted is 4 points on your driving record, a fine as high as $2,650, a minimum fine of $500 unless mitigation shown it can be reduced in half. Do you understand that charge and penalty? You were provided a written advisement of legal rights, which doesn't seem to be. Yes, I take that back. Here is your legal rights. You get a chance to read and review those. Any questions? Feel you understand them? Know what a trial is? I have paper from the prosecutor that says the town is going to dismiss the left turn charge, but you can plead guilty to the insurance charge. Is that what you're agreeing to? You understand by pleading guilty, you are giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means no trial, no witnesses. The prosecutor does not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're giving up your presumption of innocence and the right to an attorney. Did anybody threaten you? Anybody make any promises? Is this your free and voluntary plea? Are you under the influence of anything? How do you plead to no proof of insurance? Court accepts your plea and be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Anything you'd like to tell me?
I had to fix the insurance the day of. It was a gap. Essentially, I was supposed to be out of the country, but it was fixed the same day. So
Okay.
Cut it in half to $250.
$250 in fine, $55 in court costs and surcharges, $305. Can you pay that by July? Great. You see my court clerk. Christopher Rumble. Hmm? No, hang on a sec. Mr. Smith. The clerk caught that I didn't cut on paper. Says you're also pleading guilty to the 1-point defective headlamp in addition to the,
Yes.
okay. Insurance charge. You understand you're giving up all those same rights?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Klein, was that the intention?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do you plead to the defective headlamp charge?
Because you.
All right. That's what our schedule is here. That's another $50 on top of that. So your total is $355. Still paying it? All right. Mr. Rumble, let's try again. Sir, you're here on a failure to have proper registration charge, it appears. You understand what that charge is? Maximum penalty is $100 fine, no points on your driving record. Do you understand the penalty?
Yes.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review those? Do you have any questions? Feel you understand them? Know what a trial is? Understand you have a right to an attorney. How do you wish to handle your case? All right. You understand by pleading guilty, you're giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet. No trial, no witnesses, and the prosecutor doesn't have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney. Did anybody threaten you? Anybody promise you? Is this your free and voluntary plea? Are you under the influence of anything? How do you plead? Court accepts your plea and be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Anything you want to tell me?
No. I did get my registration fixed a few days later, 2 days after my ticket. Yeah, I happened on Saturday and it's down in the morning.
Mhm.
But seeing if I could do a payment arrangement with you guys.
You can. Since you got it fixed, I will cut your fine to 50, but there's $55 in court costs and surcharge. The total is 105. Can you pay that in a month?
Yes.
By July 15th or appear back here on July 15th?
Yes, sir.
Please see my court clerk.
Thank you.
Dale Johnson.
Yeah.
Sir, you were charged with an ordinance violation, a somewhat unusual charge. You were alleged to have violated Frisco Town Code Section 130-11 camping in Meadow Creek Park. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
The maximum penalty on ordinance violations is a fine as high as $2,650 and a possible 364 days in jail. Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review the legal rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about those rights? Do you feel you understand them? Do you know what a trial is?
Yes.
You understand you have a right to an attorney?
Yes.
How are we going to handle your case?
Plead guilty, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty, you're giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet.
Yes.
Means no trial, no witnesses, and the prosecutor doesn't have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anybody threaten you?
No, sir.
Did anybody make any promises? Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything? How do you plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Thank you. Court accepts your plea find to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Anything you want to tell me? Court will reduce to a $50 fine, but there's $55 in costs and surcharge. Your total is $105. Can you pay that or need a payment plan?
No, I don't know. Do you have a work program or something like that? The government will not let me work because I own all these 14ers around this state and a whole bunch more.
Well, you can do community service. We don't
Yeah.
have a program per se.
Go.
No,
Okay.
you have to go find it yourself. Any church or charity in the county, there's FERC, there's Habitat. You can, if you're not from here, it looks like,
Payment plan or some time.
all right, can you get it paid by July 15th? In a
Let's
month.
put that down. For some reason, I can't.
Well, let's put it down for August 19th and then it'll be for certain.
Okay.
Get it paid by August 19th or appear back here. Any questions?
No, sir.
Please see my court clerk. Scott Lamb. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Sir, it looks like you were summoned to court for an alleged violation of Frisco Ordinance 127-1 harassment. Do you understand the term harassment?
Yes.
Maximum penalty is a fine as high as $2,650 and up to 364 days in jail. Do you understand the maximum penalty?
I do.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. You had a chance to read and review your legal rights.
Yes.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No.
You feel you understand them?
Yes.
Do you know what a trial is?
Yes.
Understand you have a right to an attorney.
Yes.
I have paperwork that says you wish to enter into what's called a deferred judgment agreement with the prosecutor. You understand the way that works is you are expected to state a plea of guilty to this original charge, but it goes into a temporary court record called a deferred record. You satisfy and complete the conditions of the agreement, which appear to be simply not to be convicted of any other municipal code violation during the next 12 months. At the end of that time period, we look back and see that you have complied, then the case is dismissed and automatically sealed from public view under Colorado law. On the other hand, if it comes to when we're looking back and we find that you were convicted of something, there'd be a hearing about whether that was true. If it was proved true, then the conviction would go on the permanent court record and you'd be resentenced and could still face the possible fine and jail punishments. Do you think you understand that procedure?
I understand, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty, you're giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, no witnesses, and the prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes, I understand.
Did anybody threaten you?
No,
Anybody make any promises?
they did not.
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
It is.
Are you under the influence of anything?
I am not.
How do you plead to the charge of harassment? Guilty or not?
Not guilty?
Well, then you don't have a deal.
Okay, then.
Guilty? I believe I put in the paperwork that it's actually no contest, plea, no contest, right?
You did. I did not catch that.
I'm sorry.
You understand a no contest plea enables the court to treat you as guilty, but is saying no contest.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you pleading no contest?
I sort of do, yes, I.
Well, unfortunately, the law is kind of black and white. Either you do or you don't. It's either no contest or not guilty in a trial.
Okay, no contest.
All right. Court will accept your plea if found to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Any statement for the people?
Your Honor, I let the defendant know that I couldn't tell him what the fine was, and if you fine him and he's not happy with it and he wants to withdraw his plea, that I have no objection to that.
Okay,
It
that's
didn't
fine.
seem like anything too serious, just seemed like a silly scuffle. With
Okay.
neighbors.
As a prosecutor knows, I want to inform you, I don't read the police reports ahead of time in case there's a trial. I don't want to be biased by what's in the police report, but I will read it at this point. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no priors. I have always been a very good citizen in the town of Frisco. I do a service for the town of Frisco by working here during the summer. For many of the people who have dogs, I just dog sit. And while this was going on, the guy who was the plaintiff, I suppose, had alcohol in his breath. And I did not. All I did was go out, get my dogs and bring them back in.
Okay.
Also, the camera does add 10 pounds to the your weight, I think.
I thought you were telling me it was to the dog's weight.
The dog weight 25 pounds.
Okay. $100 fine, $55 in costs and surcharge, total $155. Can you pay that?
May I make the $100 contribution to the museum?
You may.
Thank you.
Please see my court clerk. Just let him write 2 checks, 55 to the court or one to the museum, or my court clerk can collect the whole thing and send the check to the museum.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
Please support. Thank you.
Kenneth Sanders. Sanders, good evening. Sir, you're summoned to court to answer allegations you were speeding. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
The penalty depends upon the degree of speeding, and it's alleged you're going more than 25, but less than 39 miles an hour over the posted limit, which means if convicted, the possible penalties would be 6 points on your driving record, a fine as high as $1,000, and possible 10 days in jail because you're more than 25 over. You understand the penalty?
Yes.
You were provided a written advisement of legal rights. Do you have any questions about the legal rights?
No.
Do you feel you understand them? You know where trial is?
Yes.
Understand you have a right to an attorney.
Yes.
Prosecutors indicated that you would plead guilty to a 4-point speeding and take a level 1 driving class. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes.
You understand by pleading guilty to that, you are giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you? Did anybody force you?
Yes.
Did anybody make any promises? Is this your free and voluntary plea? Are you under the influence of anything? How do you plead to 4-point speeding? Court accepts your plea, find be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Quick, Janice, am I using what I call the math essay? Do you have those? I don't think you have those in this court, do you?
Add them, but usually for youth. Would you like to see it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna order that on top of. I am gonna, besides the level one driving class, I have what I call a math essay, which is calculate the speed limit at feet per second, calculate the speed you're going in feet per second, calculate the stopping distance at the speed limit, calculate this stopping distance at the speed you were going, and give me a one-page what the consequences would be at the speed you were going if an elk or child popped out. Do you have any objection to adding that to your sentence?
What is that? Yeah, I'm confused.
I'm sorry.
I'm confused when you.
I'm giving, I have my own version of improved driving. Though it wasn't part of your agreement with the prosecutor. So you have the right to object to it and
I guess I'm not clear. What is it? I have to do something?
no, you have to write an essay. You have to write a math
Oh,
problem.
right. Oh, I have to write it. I like maths.
All right. All right. Then we will do that.
The description, I assume of what's required.
Yes. Okay. Anything you wanted to say about your case? Okay. Penalty on 4 points, normally 135 plus $55 court costs and surcharge. That's 190. Do you need a payment plan or can you pay it? And then as far as the class and essay, you want 30 days or 60 days to get that done?
6 days.
All right. That would be by August 19th or appear back here to talk to me. All right, please see my court clerk. If I can read the handwriting on the ticket, it looks like it's either Marco or Mazzo.
Marco, yeah.
Okay, and then it looks like your last name may be Pertinelli, but I can't tell from the handwriting. Thank you for helping me with that.
Yeah, of course.
Sir, you're summoned here to answer allegations of speeding. You understand what speeding is?
Yes, Your Honor.
Penalty for 10 to 19 over, which you're charged with, is 4 points on your driving record if convicted, and a fine as high as $150. Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were provided a written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review your legal rights?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Feel you understand them?
Yes,
Know what a trial is? Understand you have a right to an attorney?
Yeah.
I have paperwork the prosecutor would agree with you for you to plead guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle, take a level 1 driving class, and fined by the court. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty to defective vehicle, you are giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You are giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anybody threaten you?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody make any promises?
No, Your Honor.
Is this your free and voluntary plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of anything?
No, Your Honor.
How do you plead to defective vehicle?
Guilty.
Or accepts your plea finding to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Is there anything you'd like to tell me about your case?
Just that I actually was going to offer to take the defensive driving course anyway, because I don't usually get tickets and that kind of.
All right.
This last month's been a whirlwind, so figured I'd get it under control.
All right. Court will order $100 fine, $55 costs and surcharge for a total of $155. Do you need a payment plan?
May I do community service instead?
You may.
Thank
You
you.
have credit at $20 an hour.
$20 an hour.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And the driving class, can you get that done in 30 days or 60 days?
Work's been a little hectic lately. I would appreciate 60 days, but if you need me to do it in 30, I could make.
August 19th, turn the proof in on or before then, or come back and talk to me.
Would that be at the clerk's office up front? That I would drop that off at?
Yes,
Okay.
my clerk will give you instructions on all that.
Okay.
Converting your 155 to community service, I think I have to round that to be 8 hours of public service.
That's fine.
And that also would be due by August 19th. Or appear to explain your situation, why you need an extension.
I'm sorry.
If you can't get it done, come here August 19th.
Absolutely.
Okay, please see my court clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Keenan Clark. Mr. Clark, good evening. And because of your age, I assume this is your dad with you.
This is my dad.
Who's probably not happy to be here.
I'm sorry.
Young Mr. Clark, you were summoned to court to answer allegations you were speeding. Do you understand the charge? The range of speeding you're in is alleged to be 20 to 24 over, which means if convicted, 6 points on your driving record, a fine of up to $200. And you just avoided a jail penalty. Do you understand the possible penalty?
Yes, sir.
You were provided a written advisement of legal rights. Did you get a chance to read and review your legal rights?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about those rights? Do you feel you understand them?
Yes.
You know what a trial is? You understand you have a right to attorney? Dad, do you have any questions about his rights?
No, sir.
Thank you. I have paperwork from the prosecutor that you would agree to plead guilty to a 3-point special hazards pleading instead. Is that what you wish to do?
Yes, sir.
And it's also on condition of taking a driving class.
Correct.
And I'm going to add a math essay to it if you want to deal.
I want to.
I'm telling you, you either take them and do the math essay besides the class, or you can go to trial.
Okay.
Is it a level 1, Your Honor?
Yes.
That was good.
You understand that by pleading guilty to the 3-point special hazard speeding, that you are giving up all the rights listed in the right sheet, which means there'll be no trial, there'll be no witnesses. The prosecutor will not have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Sure.
Did anybody threaten you? Anybody make any promises? Is this your free and voluntary plea? Dad, is this all right with you?
I'd rather not take the point hit, but yeah, it's okay.
Now that I've covered all the required questions, how do you plead to 3-point speeding, guilty or not? Court accepts your plea, find to be freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. You're entitled to and welcome to make a statement, but not required to. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Just that I was a bit sleep deprived and on my way to work in the morning, but no.
Okay, don't do it. Bad habit. You're too young to be learning to drive that fast. Problem is cars are too good these days. It's easy to go too fast. So, Dad, anything you wanted to say? All right. Court will impose $100 fine, which is commensurate with 3-point speeding instead of the original, which would have been 200. But there is $55 in court costs and surcharge for a total of $155. Can you pay that today or need a payment plan? And is it your money?
Yes.
Okay, because otherwise I order parents be reimbursed. Since I don't need to do that, you may see my court clerk.
Have the classes in the essay?
You get the class done in 30 days or 60 days.
60 would be better.
August 19th. Or come back and see me.
Sorry.
Looks like Elanya Lindsay. Ma'am, it looks like you're summoned to court to answer allegations of speeding. Do you understand the charge? The maximum penalty based on the allegation of 10 to 19 over the posted limit, if convicted, would be 4 points on your driving record and a fine as high as $200. Do you understand the maximum penalty? You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. Do you have any questions? Do you feel you understand them? Do you know what a trial is? Do you understand you have a right to an attorney? I have paperwork that says the prosecutor has offered you to plead guilty to a 2-point defective vehicle instead and take a level 1 driving class. Is that what you wish to do? No? I don't know if the prosecutor will keep the offer open, but it's
We can keep the offer and file like that.
okay. You want to come back next month?
Yeah.
July 15th. Same time. Please see my court clerk. Michael, is it Crivison? Crivison? Sir, you're simply charged with an allegation you failed to register your vehicle, which is no points and $100. Do you understand the charge and the possible penalty?
Yes.
You were provided the written advisement of legal rights. And it looks like actually you were here previously. Did I advise you previously?
I wasn't here.
Okay, it just was rescheduled for today.
Yes.
As to the legal rights, do you have any questions?
No.
You know what a trial is?
Yes.
And you understand you have a right to an attorney. How do you want to handle your case?
Just plead guilty or no contest on it.
Okay. You understand by pleading guilty, or even if it's no contest, treat no contest as a guilty, that you're giving up the rights listed in the right sheet, which means no trial, no witnesses, and the prosecutor doesn't have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You're giving up your presumption of innocence and right to an attorney.
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you? Anybody make promises? Is this your free and voluntary plea? Are you under the influence of anything? How do you plead to the charge?
Guilty.
Court accepts your plea, find me freely, voluntarily, and knowingly made. Anything you want to tell me?
Adjustment, some kind of a discount on that. I'm like, was in between work at the time, got a job, was commission based and was waiting on checks to come in.
Is it registered now?
Yes.
All right. $55 in costs and surcharge, which are mandatory, but I'll reduce the fine all the way down to $25. So your total is 80. Do you need a payment plan?
Yes.
Can you get it paid by July? By July 15th or appear back here? Please see my court clerk. Looks like Maximo Sanchez del Toro. Good evening. Sir, you're summoned to court to answer allegations of careless driving. Do you understand what that means? Maximum penalty if convicted is 4 points on your driving record and a fine as high as $500. Do you understand the possible penalty? You were provided a written advisement of legal rights sheet. Did you get a chance to read and review your legal rights? Do you have any questions about your legal rights? You know what a trial is?
Yes.
You understand you have a right to hire an attorney.
Yes.
I don't have any paperwork giving me any idea what you want to do, so tell me.
Continuance, Your Honor.
July 17th and July 15th. Again at 5. Please see my court clerk.
Yep.
That's the last file I have.
Yes, Judge, I have one matter to discuss with you. I know we have a trial document too. This is for citation 08847 Sean Quirk.
Okay,
I filed a motion for restitution within the 63-day deadline.
yes, I gave a clerk a signed order on my way in.
Perfect. Okay. I did not hear anything from his attorney or the defendant.
Yeah, the court clerk did not either, and it's been 60 days,
It has now.
so it's plenty of time.
Okay. If I could just get a copy of that one, the victim.
The court clerk will provide that.
Great, thank you.
All right, here's the next matter of business is court will call a case of it's David Samuel, is it Zmed? Zmed. You've requested a trial on charges of failure to obey a traffic control device and vehicle turning left where prohibited. Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you get our handout, sir, about trial procedure?
Was this given to me when I first arrived for the first court date?
It would have been when it was set for trial. It basically says the order of trial. I can go over it briefly. The way a trial works is the prosecutor has the burden of proof, so they go first. Cases can start with opening arguments, except opening arguments are not evidence. They're really designed for longer trials, like an outline about what's going to happen and what each side thinks is going to prove. But you may make one if you want to. Usually in our court traffic trials, the prosecutor waives them, and you can decide whether or not you wish to waive your opening. But just be aware it doesn't count as evidence of any kind. Then the prosecutor goes first by asking his witnesses questions. You may object according to the Colorado rules of evidence to the questions if you think they're improper under the rules of evidence. But otherwise, the witness will answer, and then you'll get a turn to ask the witnesses questions. And then the prosecutor gets to do a follow-up on new things that you may have brought up. After the prosecutor finishes with however many witnesses they have, you then have the opportunity to present witnesses, but you're not required to. You proceed in the same manner, except you go first because they're your witnesses. You would ask questions of the witnesses, and then the prosecutor gets a turn, and then you get follow-up. After you finish that, you have the opportunity to testify, but you're not required to. You're presumed innocent, and your choice to not testify does not imply wrongdoing, but at the same time, be aware that the court can only make a decision based upon what witnesses testify to. If you choose to testify, we don't make you ask yourself questions. The prosecutor, you get sworn to tell the truth, you make a statement. The prosecutor then gets to cross-examine you, that is, ask you questions. If you waive your right to remain silent, that is a complete waiver of your right to remain silent. And that means, like, if the first 5 questions you don't care about, but you don't like the next question, you can't. Well, I want to re-invoke my right to remain silent. Once you waive it, you waive it. And must answer all proper questions under the rules of evidence. After you finish, then the prosecutor has an opportunity for a rebuttal case, which doesn't always happen. And then each side get to make a closing argument, and the court makes a decision. If you want time, I have it in written form, and we can pause for a few minutes while you read the written form.
So I asked for, I guess you would say dash or camera footage. I never got a USB in the mail just to kind of review their perspective on it, because I enlarged, I guess, the video off my smart car. When I talked to the DA, I brought something very small. So we were kind of both squinting at the screen. So
I don't know, is there a dash cam or video?
Frisco doesn't have dash cam. They just have body cams.
So you didn't get any because there isn't any.
Oh, yeah. Well, if the police officer is here, I guess it's just, I mean, I'm not trying to self-entrap myself. There was a video of what happened. So it's kind of like, logical sense to look at the video and see if it actually is the charges that were presented against me.
If you have a video, if you file proper procedure, can have that in evidence. I don't know, has the prosecutor seen this video?
I presented it to the DA, but it was small. His defense, and we were both squinting at the video at the time when I was trying to get a charge reduced or whatnot to be transparent with it. So I just brought a laptop to enlarge it a little bit.
Do you need time to re-review this before we proceed, or shall we proceed?
We're fine to proceed, Judge.
All right, very good. All right, we'll get to that when it's your turn to present an evidence.
Okay.
All right, have a seat. Oh, answer my question. Do you want to take a moment to read what I just said to you in writing?
I think I understand it.
Why don't I just hand this to you?
Okay.
Have it for reference. Any opening statement for the prosecution?
We will wait, Judge.
Okay. Now, sir, any opening statement you wish to make?
No.
All right, very good. First witness.
Officer Caleb Wilson, Frisco PD.
Please come forward to this side, last chairs. Pause by the chair. Let me swear you in before you sit down. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? Please be seated. Please proceed.
Could you please state your name and occupation for the record?
Yeah, Caleb Wilson, police officer, Frisco, Colorado,
And for how long have you been a police officer with the town of Frisco?
since December of 23.
So were you employed by the town of Frisco on February 19th, 2026?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall working that day?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall what shift you worked that day?
I believe it was day shift.
So does that mean that you would have been on duty at 3:18 p.m. that day?
Yes.
And do you recall what kind of duties you were performing at that time?
I was on routine patrol of the town at that time.
And what does routine patrol mean?
For any traffic violations, suspicious activity, general crime.
And on or about 3:18 p.m. on February 19th, 2026, do you recall finding anything worth responding to during your routine patrol?
Yes.
And what was that?
It was a driver that made a illegal left turn, almost causing an accident and not stopping at a red light before turning right.
And could you please describe the location of where you observed this?
Yes, it was off of Lusher Court and Summit Boulevard is where the red light violation took place. The left turn took place coming out of the Maverick located at 55 Lusher Court. Just, I would say 200 yards before the intersection of Summit and Lusher.
And these two respective locations, they're in the town of Frisco?
Yes, sir.
They're in the county of Summit?
Yes, sir.
And they're in the state of Colorado?
Yes, sir.
I guess starting with the vehicle turning left, could you describe what you observed?
Yeah, I was traveling eastbound on Lusher Court, going towards Summit Boulevard, when I observed a white Tesla turning left out of the Maverick gas station. There's another white SUV that was in front of me. When that white Tesla turned left, he did take that left in regard to where that white SUV was, turning in front of him, causing that SUV to brake hard, per se.
And that SUV did not have a stop sign to stop at?
No.
And in your opinion, had the right of way?
Correct.
So once the white Tesla pulled out left in front of this SUV, what did you observe next?
I observed him going to the intersection. It was a red light intersection for eastbound traffic, and got into the right turning lane. Proceeded to come slow roll into the intersection and proceed through the red light without stopping.
And what constitutes a proper stop at a red light?
When wheels come to a complete stop.
And you did not observe that on February 19th, 2026?
I did not.
And do you recall what you did next after viewing these two violations?
I began to follow the vehicle, calling out his plate. Basically, our procedures call out plates to ensure that the vehicle's safe. There's no associated warrants or anything like that along those lines. Continued following him down Summit Boulevard to Summit Water Dance, where I made the stop on that vehicle.
And once you made a stop on the vehicle, what happened next?
Introduced myself, explained the reason for the stop, and the driver told me that it was due to the auto drive on his vehicle.
You referenced speaking to a driver. Do you see the driver in the courtroom today?
I do.
Could you please point him out for the court?
This gentleman right here.
Let the record reflect that the officer identified the defendant.
So reflect.
Officer Wilson, is there anything else? Well, actually, let me back up a little bit. Do you have any training in respect to observing proper stops and or, right of way, proper use of the right of way, I guess I should say?
Yes, sir.
Could you please describe that training?
I mean, it's a training class that we took in or course in police academy, especially with the driving courses. Basically went over proper stopping, lane procedures, right of way procedures. That's kind of where my training is based off of. And we continually do trainings online for driving behavior and driving or defensive driving.
So as a police officer, it's kind of ongoing training that never stops.
Correct.
Well, then I would just ask you if you have anything else to tell the court today about this.
I do want to speak that this isn't the first time I've dealt with this defendant. First time I dealt with him was a couple years back. Basically same driving actions, careless driving. So just that's all I want to say.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination. That is your opportunity to ask this officer questions.
Yes, my cross-examination, you said that the van completely abruptly took a halt in front of your police officer, in front of your car?
It wasn't a halt, but it was a hard break.
Hard break. So the van would have probably slid, I imagine, on the.
I mean, the roads were not super icy at the time.
Was it snowing or was it a cloudy day that day? Was it winter?
It was cloudy.
Was it winter conditions?
Roads were, I think, wet at the time, but yeah.
Would you say it was dangerous conditions?
I wouldn't say necessarily dangerous, but all I know is that van had to hit his brakes pretty hard to avoid hitting you.
Did you have to avoid the van when the van was, did you get put in danger essentially when the van halted?
No, because I was far enough distance behind him that I could observe the entire scene.
And you said that so you witnessed a white Tesla driving, making a left in front of the van. The van abruptly stopped, moved on to the stoplights, and took a right without stopping, essentially, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Let's see, my next question is, surprisingly enough, this incident that when you recall running into this witness, did he get charged with anything back in the past when he, because you brought up something from the past that.
No, you got a warning.
Yeah. And what was the warning for?
Brake checking and careless driving.
And was that because of a police officer being too close bumper to bumper?
Yeah, but it's also our duties to call out license plates, and if we can't see those license plates, we have to get pretty close to vehicles.
Was that a night of a whiteout and a lot of winter? And
I would object to relevance, Your Honor.
The court's going to both disregard the officer's testimony about prior encounters being improper. I'm going to take the defense line of cross-examination as a motion to strike and grant striking that testimony, and I'm going to not therefore need any further discussion. Yes, well, I'm going to ignore all that.
I think it's pretty clarified that what you witnessed, what you witnessed, and I would just like to present next just the video so we're just on the same page because.
Again, if you're done questioning this officer, then That's fine.
So, just to re-verify, the weather was bad, the roads are wet, and it was winter conditions.
I believe the roads were wet, it was cloudy conditions, and the weather was not horrible.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Thank you.
Any redirect?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
May step down. Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, the people have rested. So, sir, at this point, first I have to ask, do you have any witnesses you wish to present?
Just digital robot.
And to that end, I assume that means you wish to testify.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have to formally go through what's called a Curtis warning, named after the case of People versus Curtis. So bear with me while we go through that. You understand you have an absolute right to remain silent,
Yes, sir.
and nobody can make you testify against yourself.
Yes.
That you may simply argue the prosecution has not proved their case. That is an option. You also have the absolute right to testify if you choose to. You understand that? You understand that if you do testify, you get treated like any other witness, except for the fact we don't make you ask yourself questions. That would be rather silly. The method is we swear you to tell the truth, you make your statement, and then the prosecutor gets you to ask you questions on cross-examination. You also understand that once you waive the right against remaining silent, that you cannot re-invoke it. So, like if the first 4 questions are your name, your address, where'd you grow up, did you go get to high school, and you don't care about answering those, but then he starts to ask you about the case, you can't then say, I don't want to talk about that, I'm invoking my right to remain silent. It's not how it works. Once you waive it, you have to keep answering questions as long as they're proper under the rules of evidence. Is that understood?
I'll be as honest and transparent as possible to respect the court system, the police officer, and the DA, and you.
It's a required warning. So, knowing all those things, do you wish to testify?
I'm more than happy to be
Okay.
cross-examined.
Mr. Klein, do you believe I've complied with
Yes,
this?
Judge.
All right, very good. Sir, why don't you come over to the witness side then? And raise your right hand before you sit down. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please be seated. And please make your statement.
Please make my statement.
Your statement.
Recalling what happened that day.
Yeah. However you want to present it, just whatever. Tell me what you want to tell me.
Okay. So I am a Uber driver nationally, and I tend to have a pretty high rating in terms of being a blue collar worker, delivering humans to their destinations and food delivery. So my track record is pretty good on a 5-star system, driving my car. And I was recharging my car at the new charging station over there by, I think it's called Maverick or Come and Go. And I was on the dash cam about 3:15, so a couple minutes off from the 3:18 statement. And I was coming to the intersection, which is one of the most horrendous intersections that the county, I think, has designed, that really puts a lot of people in harm's way, and that there should be a stoplight in that intersection, a 4-way. But disregarding that, the weather was winter, wet, in some spots, black ice. And my reliance on a self-driving system, autonomous vehicle, is usually pretty good, and you're supposed to be very alert to catch the wheel if it jerks. I didn't sense anything at that moment. I was fully alert. The car decided to pull in front of a Sprinter, I would say a sand-colored van that was a tall boy. And the car proceeded to go further to the intersection where there's a Starbucks across the street. It stopped. A little bit of sliding happened, and then it decided to turn right. Looking at my dash cam footage, you could see a police officer in the van at the stoplights. Nothing drastic happened. They moved on to their way. The police officer eventually pulled me over towards the DMV over there in Frisco.
And I just kind of presented the case where I felt like I didn't really run any lights because I was actually surprised being pulled over. I offered to show him the footage and he just said, you can kind of take it up with the judge. So prior to that, I didn't witness any van sliding or me cutting off a van. In the video footage, you could kind of clearly see that. I did calculate the police officer's safety further on. That's kind of the fun thing about watching videos. And he was correct. His testimony is correct. Everything he said is correct, besides the point of me not pulling in front of the van and that van abruptly stopping. As you can see in the video, there's a ebb and flow of everybody moving clearly and safely across the road. The second yield, it's a gray area. So the autonomous vehicle did stop, but there was black ice. It slid. And I think for safety purposes, it moves you out of the way and goes right. So it's just the video shows what happened essentially. So I'm not trying to trap myself. I'm not trying to lie, but that's kind of why I made the video a little bit larger, because perception can be skewed depending on the mood and day of if I'm tired driving or if the police officer's tired. So yeah, it's a very weird gray area, honestly, with an autonomous vehicle. But it did stop. The road conditions weren't great. It did pull it in front of a Sprinter van, but not to the point where it looked like I put anybody in danger or it cut anybody off. There was ebb and flow of traffic moving forward and enough space for both cars to safely arrive at the other stoplight with anybody flashing lights or honking or getting angry or road rage. That's my statement. And the DA, I guess, could cross-examine me on that, but the video is essentially my testimony.
You wish to present the video?
Yes, I would like to, Your Honor. Yeah.
And give us background how you obtained the video.
So with these cars, it's kind of a weird thing as well. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with body cam footage. It gets kind of weird and iffy. So it took me a while to kind of like hack the system and extract it. Because at first I was kind of worried that I don't have it. And then I would sound kind of like a jackass being a know-it-all with the police officer not having that. So I'm glad I pulled it up. I extracted it from a SD card. Well, actually, I filmed the screen. Actually, it's a little bit better. So I hit play on it, and I recorded it with my phone, and then I emailed it to the laptop. And that's how I actually presented it. Originally, was on the phone with the DA. Again, it was small. We're both squinting at the phone. So I enlarged it and put it on the computer, emailing me a copy of it after I filmed the.
Which model Tesla do you have?
It's a Model Y Performance. So these cars are honestly not supposed, they were never made for Colorado or cold conditions because the batteries and they were lowered and there's just all kinds of weird things. They're a very high horsepower car. So essentially.
What year Model Y?
It was a 2020. So it's right below the autonomous, like the cream of the crop is it's a 4 version. So it's on the 3 and you can't really upgrade the cameras or anything. The 2023s is, they got a little bit more autonomous and upgraded. And I do have the full self-driving. When I bought the car, the previous gentleman paid that $10,000 premium.
And the car you were driving on this occasion or
so I go back and forth between Arizona and here. And
if you just slow down. What program of autonomous driving do you have on this?
It's
2020 model.
It's a full self-driving. It's the premium feature. It's the best you can get. And I try to keep the cameras pretty clear.
All right.
Every time I charge it.
Any objection to the video?
No,
all right, play the video.
Okay.
We have to put it somewhere where we can all see it. Janice, there's no way to project it onto these big screens, right?
Flash drive.
All right, let's all get in the same spot so we don't have to get. Let's move over by the clerk.
So there's the van. It's pretty good distance. The police officer's back here. No one's sliding or doing anything.
Sir, would you mind walking around the other side of the
I'm sorry.
computer? And just turn it a little bit. We might be able to get it on the record.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So the second violation would have been here. The van continues to stop. The police
You want to
officer.
back it up to the beginning?
Oh, yes. Sir.
And I'm gonna call out some stops.
So I've got another video because it's snippet.
Stop.
Oh, yep.
And can back it up a couple frames, a little more now.
Right here.
All right, yep.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and play.
That van was going pretty slow, I would say. And I have another
Okay,
video.
show whatever else you want to say.
This one might be a little bit more helpful. But the footage cut out. So here's me coming out of the charging station. I'm sure you've been there before. It's like it's the worst intersection possible. This gentleman stopped and I'm stopping and it takes off. So what happens with the self driving? You have an option on there where you can choose aggressive driving, so it reacts quicker.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so it autonomously decided, well, I better book it.
Which setting did you have it on?
I had it on the quicker reaction setting.
Did you have it on standard, hurry, or Mad Max?
There's a Mad Max?
There is on the 2025s.
Oh, no Mad Max, sir. It was on how I tested it, it would be a hurry, so it's a quicker reaction.
Okay. Or on the old 2018s.
Those are horrible, but yeah. Cameras are resolutions and yeah.
So what setting, again, my question, what setting of driving did you have it on?
I think it's quicker reactions. It's the quicker reactions.
Full disclosure, the court has owned a 2018 Tesla Model 3 and the court currently owns a Tesla Model Y 2025. So, all right, anything else you want to present?
This is kind of a little further down the road. The car actually crashed itself when I was coming from Vail. One night I was very tired from Uber driving and I started dozing off and I had it in full self-driving mode. And what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to pull you over or stop the car slowly. It ended up slamming me into the wall. So I kind of based my theories of how the conditions were there. And I found it funny that it proceeded kind of weirdly with full self-driving incident. And then on a normal non-winter day, it quirkily didn't read my eyes that I was dozing off and it hit the sidewall. So I actually am in a kind of litigation lawsuit with full self-driving with Tesla right now. And that's why I was hoping, I'm not here to waste the DA's time or your time or the officer's time. I was just trying to collect evidence from a body cam sort of situation because I've told the same story to attorneys and they're just like, you got to acquire this because I think we got a lawsuit.
Okay.
With the full self-driving sort of situation. And I do want to make it for the record, this might be entrapping or whatnot, but by law, you do have to be alert and you got to have your hand on the steering wheel when it's full self-driving because human reaction, as stupid as it is sometimes, you need it with full self-driving because we aren't fully autonomous yet. I was fully awake that day. If you have a Tesla, you know that sometimes there's a jerk and you're like, whoa, what's going on? So it kind of puts you in a little fear shock sort of situation. And then it keeps going. You're like, oh, that was.
I might have other questions after the prosecutor finishes, but.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Done your presentation.
I just wanted to kind of drop that in there because the car did wreck itself like a couple weeks
Cross
later.
examination.
I have that, Judge.
All right. Sir, you do know it's not full self-driving when they say FSD, it's full supervised driving.
Correct. That's not why I put that disclaimer because it tells you that before you accept it.
And I don't know, well, I'll wait to see what the arguments are before I go further. And you did not have it on what we call standard or chill setting.
No, I think I would have gotten in an accident, honestly, if it was. That's my personal opinion.
And you had been driving this vehicle in wet or snowy conditions previous to this day?
I'm very aware of the inertia that happens when you slam the brakes, and here's a kind of a weird iffy thing you probably know what I'm talking about is it doesn't really have good ABS and so you got to be really careful doing full self-driving up here in winter. So I try to not have that. And yes, you can lock up, and with all the weight, you could actually turn sideways and roll your car.
And it also has programmed into it, if it thinks the conditions are too difficult for it, it'll cut out and tell you to take over control of the wheel, won't it?
Correct. Yes.
All right.
It did not state that at all. It kept on going.
And when you come to a full stop, the speedometer is digital, correct?
Correct. Yes.
And it clocks down to
Correct.
0.
Correct.
And then it goes to hold when you come to a full stop.
There's a brake pad that appears. A disc brake, a pad that appears. Yep. And it feels like if it's safe, it moves on.
And we don't have any evidence of what your speedometer shows.
I don't believe so. Yeah.
Just trying to be clear about the record. All right. I don't have any other questions. Anyone have any questions because of my questions?
Nope.
Okay. Any rebuttal?
No, Judge.
Okay. Closing arguments.
I'll waive closing too.
Okay. Sir, it's your opportunity to make a closing. The prosecutor does get to rebut what you say. He gets last word.
I want to thank everybody for the opportunity for being here, even past, because I was trying to figure out when we had a bad run-in. So it has been a fun learning experience. I thought I'd never be put in a position where I'd be kind of fighting a digital machine with these litigations with this lawsuit that I got going on. So it's been a kind of an educational situation, owning a digital car to driving it in Colorado conditions. Hence, it came from the desert, so it's a completely new lifestyle for me. And I'm hoping the prosecution, the DA, the judge, and the police officer can have some understanding of what occurred, besides our previous, I guess, run-ins or whatever that might have been. So yeah, it's just an interesting gray area. I really don't know how to. I'm not a software engineer, but I understand what's going on with the future and where it's going with autonomous driving and AI and ChatGPT, and having a fake lawyer next to you, and possibly me looking at my computer and having ChatGPT tell me how I can contest this whole situation where it might be not true. So just happy I presented a video and I'm being clear with it, and I'm trying to be as honest as possible. So
Any rebuttal?
No, Judge.
Okay. I find that on February 19th, the defendant was driving in the town of Frisco in the state of Colorado, and venues established. That I do find that the officer had probable cause to observe the defendant and make a stop. I take the officer's observations as completely credible about he was in a location to see, he saw a hard brake by a van, and then proceeded to follow the defendant and the defendant's white Tesla vehicle up to the traffic light, where it rolled the traffic light and went right. Looking at the video, I think the video clearly shows the red light violation. That it doesn't show any slowing. It doesn't. If you look, your rear camera doesn't show the wheels stopping. Your wheels kept going. So I have absolute conviction that the failure to stop at the red light violation is correct. I think the video causes reasonable doubt as to the left turn view, because you can't see that the white van makes a hard stop or hard brake in the video for the left turn. So I am going to find you guilty. Oh, and then as far as responsibility, driver's ultimately responsible for the car. Programming doesn't matter. It is fully supervised driving. So I'm finding you guilty of the 4-point traffic control device violation. I'm going to find you not guilty of the left turn violation accordingly. Any comments about sentence?
Yeah, Judge.
Anything you want to say about sentence?
Well, since we got that cleared up, I just, if there's any leniency to possibly reduce the points or whatnot, because I originally was trying to explain that situation and.
Well, you got that by being found not guilty on one charge.
Right, I guess, yeah, I guess.
The fine on the 4-point traffic control device is $100 plus $55 court costs and surcharge. Can you pay that today?
So I've never heard of doing community service before to reduce your fine. Is that a possibility to do?
We're required to assess whether a defendant is capable of paying a fine. So if people are unemployed, they're able to.
Yeah, it's pretty
service.
pretty slow, unfortunately, right now. It's kind of like weird mud season sort of stuff. but-
I'll let you do half and half. You can do, what are my math coming at is we're just short of here. You can do 4 hours of community service for credit of $80, but you need to pay the rest of it.
Seems fair. And is there driving school to reduce points or anything like that?
We're done with that. You had a trial. That might have been part of a plea bargain, but that's.
Gotcha.
Just to note, my experience with Tesla, you can't put it on self-drive in winter. And that was true of cruise control, which predated Tesla, that cruise control does not work when there's bad weather. Those devices, whether it's old-fashioned cruise control or new FSD, are unsafe to use in wet or snowy weather. You have to drive the vehicle.
Absolutely. Yep, I agree. There's
All right.
definitely some court.
Now, so can you pay the remaining fine today, or do you need time?
Do you take credit cards or?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Please see my court clerk. You do have the right to appeal my decision today within 35 days of today's decision to the district and appellate courts by following the Colorado rules of appellate procedure.
I'm good. I think we had a very honest, logical conversation, so okay, I appreciate it.
Just one more thing I'm required to say. That'll complete the record.
Enjoy your weekend.
All right, well, I'll see you, Caleb. How was Greece?
Fantastic.